Alright, what's up? Welcome back. It's the Wash Ready Podcast. It's your boy, Dr. J.
Mr. Wash.
Ashley Ray.
It's your weekly conversation on mental health, social issues, and other contributing factors plaguing society. This is What's the Remedy Podcast. What's up, y'all?
We do.
We out here. So we're gonna jump right into today's topic. Today we're gonna talk about just how you deal with everyday things and how you partially how you write your narrative, how you deal with toxic things that come up in your life, and how you enact your own coping mechanisms to make sure that you're staying on track. So everybody know what a coping mechanism is, right?
Yes.
What's a coping mechanism? What's your definition of a coping mechanism? Like what do you
Something that helps me cope.
That you learn in English class, you can't define a word with a word.
I don't care, I'm not in English class.
So what does cope mean, nigga?
Helps me get by.
Okay, help you deal with some shit.
Yeah.
So what do you think, like when you go through some bad times, what's one of your coping mechanisms?
I drank, I smoked, I'm supposed to stop, but I won't. Hey!
You made it around.
Yeah, you did. You made it back around.
You're wrong.
You cleaned that all up a little bit, but no, that's not how it goes. I smoked, I drank, I'm supposed to stop, but I can't. And then no, you just gonna
This is the
change
remix.
It. It's your own song.
Yeah, you made it
For
work.
sure.
I give you points for that.
Do you think those things are healthy? Long.
That faith makes right now.
You know, everything can be unhealthy
This is true.
if you do it too much.
Everything in mediocrity. I
Right.
feel you.
Going to work out. I've started day working out. Actually, I feel real good about myself right now.
Me too.
So I was like, hey.
So like one of the things that we kind of want to talk about is just that, like, I think we all have a lot of things that we do that kind of put us in a bad position, but we do them anyway because it makes us feel better.
This gonna make me feel good.
Yeah, do something make me feel good. Like you ain't seen
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
Monsters Ball. Nigga, you know I watched Monsters Ball only for that scene because I was like,
Cause
the
you're a
rest of the
perv.
movie was.
I watched for that scene. You should be
You're
pervert. That
pervert.
is what it is.
You're
And it was like, whoa, this is crazy.
I don't
But
like that.
then the scene before that, I was like, this is some weird shit. When she's talking about her son that got killed, whatever, and he's fat. She's like, he's eating all the chicken.
Oh, shit.
I was like, what?
Chicken.
I was like, what?
She was grieving.
Halle Berry performance was terrible.
And she went on
that
fucking
sex
Oscar
scene.
for that.
Yeah, I was really pissed. She went on Oscar
Halle
for that.
Berry is a terrible actress.
No,
But
she's
anyway,
not. She's
no.
like the best crackhead
Oh,
in
what?
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever, yeah.
And-
Cause I'm a
But she was
crackhead.
That's because she got.
It was Isaiah too.
Oh yeah, she played a good
She had
crackhead
a
too.
real.
When she was singing that song.
She had a real crackhead advising her in that movie.
Which one?
Samuel
Was that-
Jackson.
My joke for you.
Jungle Fever.
She was like, what the fuck? What do you want me to say, motherfucker? That was the best crackhead scene I ever seen.
Samuel Jackson coached her up on that. Other than that, Halle Berry be doing a terrible acting job.
No, she don't.
Shit. Anyway, but
She's a great actress.
yeah, have you seen Catwoman? Have you seen what them other B-list movies that came out after her Oscar? She won an Oscar and then all B-list movies after that. Have you seen them terrible movies
She
where
did
she
a
trying to
good-
chase her son down in a minivan?
Oh, that was good.
That was a terrible fucking movie. That was
good.
a terrible movie.
Get him, girl.
That was a
And
terrible
Dorothy
movie.
Dandridge, she did good. I like Halle Berry.
She was alright.
That was before Monsters Ball.
Yeah, that
Anyway,
was before Monsters Ball. She did
No, it
Monsters
was?
Ball and then everything went downhill.
Dorothy Dandridge was good at this movie, though.
She was in Swordfish before Monsters Ball, and she was better in that than she was in Monsters Ball. And she got a
Y'all
fucking
are
Oscar.
hating like a mother.
They just wanted to see a black woman get fucked by some white man and gave her an Oscar.
That's how the fuck I feel. Next.
That. Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
It sounded like it was empowerment for you. Like,
yeah,
this
like
was-
that's
yeah.
what I'm feeling like.
Yeah.
Let a white man fuck me.
Yes. I'm like, what?
Next.
But anyway, back to the topic. So the biggest thing for me is that, like, I think we do a lot of things. Speaking of that, that's a good example actually though, Monsters Ball. So when she was, the scene before that, she was talking about grieving and she was talking about her son and all that kind of stuff. Like she was really going through a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And her response to that was, I just want you to fuck me. Like that was
It's
their
a
coping
lot of
mechanism.
people that do that, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Like you get to the end of that scene and she's like, I don't know what else to do, so I know that this is gonna make me feel good.
I want this feeling of euphorious release.
Yes.
Oh, for that 5-minute feeling, and then you go back to I hate my life.
And I think that's the biggest thing about vices, and that people tend to like overlook, is that sex, drugs, drinking, all that shit makes you feel good for a moment, but then
you gotta keep doing it.
No, that's not where I was going.
That's what happens, but that's where he was going.
That's not where I was going with that. You should probably stop, because the thing is,
I'm drinking.
The thing is, when you finally sober up,
them bills gonna be there.
Yeah, the bills still gonna be there. Whatever other problem, whatever grieving you had to do about somebody
Leroy
dying,
still gonna be on the couch.
all your problems still gonna be there, unless you just keep drinking. But the problem with that is, you start running into problems like liver damage and
My liver straight.
death, and other issues where you can't show up to work because you can't function without alcohol or
you
drugs.
You put it in your drawer and put it in your coffee. They don't know.
They
Vodka
gonna
does
smell
not
like
smell.
bread.
Vodka don't smell.
We had somebody get in trouble at work one time because they smelled alcohol on him. I went to school, like people, like he came in and like somebody was like, oh, he smelled like real strong. Like he keep going out to the car and he smelled strong, but like I guess he was going through some shit or whatever, and like I guess he had been drinking. It's never. I don't think I ever get to that point, like to where I feel like I.
So you never came
into
you never came to work high or drunk before?
No, not at work. But like if it was like
Work.
something like
Workshop or something.
Yeah, like something that like where no kids was around. Like let's say we had to go to something in the afternoon, and I would stop to get a drink during lunch or some shit, and then I go back and like I might have a little buzz or something like that. That's fine. I might do that. But I ain't never been to the point where like I got like I feel like I can't function.
You smell through your pores and everything.
Yeah, but my thing is, it's the people that can't function. Like they go to work and they're like, man, I don't even want to be here. I need a drink to get through the day. Like
don't look over here, nigga.
I need to hit this blunt. I need to hit this blunt in the morning because I ain't gonna make it today if I don't, get a little high right now, get a little drunk right now, something. I gotta make it, and that's like, that's terrible.
It gets to that point too. At the end of the day, are those things even helping you?
Yeah,
because at the point it's all mental.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I need this to get through the day. It's like you probably could get through the day without it, but you like conditioned yourself to be like, I need this to get through the day.
So I tried that. That didn't work for me.
I mean, people do it with different things too. It's not always just drugs and alcohol. Some people be like, and ain't nothing wrong with like masturbation or nothing, but it's like sometimes niggas be like, you gotta get this nut in order to go on to do what you need to do. And so,
Wrong, Ashley.
Actually, you don't.
Ka-ka-ka.
You don't. What's the word for women?
Masturbate?
Flip the bean.
You know the diddle skittle? Huh?
So do what?
Flick the bean.
Flip the bean. Flip the pages. You know what I'm saying? Light the fire. They used to tell Wee Man that in the bed with him. And he's gonna talk with the chair. And he's like, light the fire, Wee Man. He's licking his stomach. Light the fire.
But I'm saying there's all kinds of things that people feel like they have to do in order to make it through the day or make it through any type of an event. Because I remember there was a time.
So,
I mean, even for me, like not now, but there was a time in my life, like when I was in like my mid-20s and
that
shit.
you used to masturbate every day.
Come on,
let me tell you.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Let us know the real.
Me and my beef from KC in the morning to KC at night. You don't watch Bad Moves.
Yeah, nah. But but like I feel like if I had to be in a social setting, I would have to get drink before I go. Because like I didn't
calm you down?
Yeah, I didn't like being around crowds, I didn't like being around people. So I was like, if I go, I just need to make sure I'm drinking before I get there.
Why you can't drink there?
No, I'm gonna drink when I get there, but alcohol take a little while to hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna be real antisocial until the alcohol kick in.
That's true.
So if I drink before I get there, the alcohol already kicked in, so I'm social when I get there. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem that I had early on. You know what I'm saying?
No more?
Nah, I'm not as bad. Like I'm pretty good at being social without being tipsy now, more so than I was before. Like I'm a little bit better about talking to people and stuff when I get to a function. But like back then, I didn't want to talk to people. Like I was shy. So like I knew the only reason I wouldn't be shy is if I was actually drinking before I got there. And so like people use these types of mechanisms to be like, I know that there's this detriment to my personality. This is how I'm going to combat it. You know what I'm saying? Or to deal with like a major thing like breakups. Like they always talk about, and this happens for men and women, you know, you go through a breakup or something and then like people have like a whole phase. And so like people have a whole phase where it's like, well, I'm not happy with where I am, so I'm gonna try to find a little bit of happiness here and there with people that I may not even fucking care about.
Yeah. What they say the best, if you want to get over somebody, get under somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody.
That shit don't work.
It don't. But not even just that. Not even just sex, but like conversation.
Yeah.
It could be that just having somebody's company. You know, you want to be around people, you know what I'm saying, that aren't necessarily beneficial for you. You just need to be around them because you don't know what else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an unhealthy coping mechanism. It's an unhealthy thing to do that makes you feel better for the moment. So,
well, people like myself, like to my relationships or whatever, I internalize everything. I'll have tunnel vision and I'll focus more on my job. I'll focus on other things I have going on, and be like not paying attention to nothing else outside of it.
Yeah. Because
I feel like I don't even want to think about whatever this situation is over here, because it'll bother me or set me off, whatever. So I just stay doing what I need to do.
Do you feel like that's wrong though, to like focus on your job whenever you going through shit?
It's not wrong, but by having that tunnel vision, you might get a lot of shit done, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you are shutting yourself off to everybody else.
Oh, okay. So you shut yourself off of social settings.
It's
just doing work shit.
Yeah, you're just doing work shit. Cause you just kind of like I'm focusing on I got to get this done. I got to save this money, this and that, which are all great things, whatever. But you're basically shutting yourself off to the outside world.
You know that I have to agree with you there, because like recently I've had that thought to where like I've been like, you know what I'm saying, I really just need to get focused on just my work shit and not deal with anybody at all. And I didn't do it, but that was my focus. My thought process was that if I just focus on work, I feel like everything I'm gonna do is gonna be productive. You know, fuck my social life and all that other bullshit. I wanna, you know, just let me do work shit and they can just be productive. Which, like I said, is good, but then, like Wash said, you cutting yourself off from the world.
Yeah, you cut yourself off from the world, and like I say, you miss out. It's not necessarily you just missing out on things and stuff like that, but you missing out on things and missing out on people. Because like I say, at the end of the day, like I said, the older we get, whatever, we realize more and more tomorrow's not promised to anybody. And like you're saying, like, while I'm focusing, like, yeah, I'm getting all this shit accomplished that I need to get, but I've basically shut myself off to everybody. This person that I cut for, whatever case may be, I could have maybe hung out for more. I just had a conversation with them, because I'm not even really talking to nobody right now. And I could just have a conversation with them, and then I look up, and then that person's gone.
Or you do it this way, and this is something that I had a conversation about recently. Like you devote a lot of time, not just to work, but to like, I want to say superfluous or frivolous interactions with people. Like to where you like dealing with people that you know you don't want nothing with. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just having conversations with them and stuff like that, but then like you're neglecting like real friendships and real connections that you could have been having.
Why do you think people do that?
Because they need the attention. Because I know I've done it before. Like to where like I've kept contact with a bunch of people just to hold conversation, just because it's like I need that attention. I need somebody to talk to. I need somebody to, you know, bounce things off of, just because that's what I do. But I'm neglecting the people. Like I've had situations where like I talk to females or something more than I talk to like my mama or anybody in my family. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm neglecting people that I really truly love for some shit that I know ain't gonna last for shit anyway.
Or not even just somebody, people you truly love, but you tend to have those conversations with fearless people that you really don't respect what they're gonna tell you anyway.
Right.
Versus somebody that you really have that conversation that you're gonna really listen to what they're telling you.
Exactly. Like I don't really care what they have to say. I'm just talking to them, talk to them.
Yeah.
To get it off your chest.
Yeah, to get it off my chest. Whereas if I can talk to my mama about it, or at least, or even a close friend or significant other that I really need to rebuild things with, that's the person I should be talking about this shit with. But I'm just gonna get it off my chest with this other person because they're available at the moment.
Or you just talking to somebody because you know, like say, you don't care what they're gonna tell you. It's like that. Whereas the person that you really need to be talking to, whatever, you're worried about, like they're gonna tell me some shit that I need to hear, but I ain't trying to hear right now.
Right. Because the person that you really should be talking to, it may not go the way you would want it to. But you know, if I tell this person, I don't give a fuck what they got to say anyway. So I'm gonna tell them. I'm tell them all the shit I did, and then they give me some advice, and I'll be like,
then a lot of times out of that, whatever, they're gonna tell you what they want to hear because they're happy that you hit them up in the first place.
Right. They're just happy to talk to you.
They're just gonna stroke your ego.
But
you're right, Alan. You should have told that bitch bye years ago.
But you know,
hell yeah.
That's that feeling though. That's that same euphoric feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's just like smoking or drinking. Like you feel good about that. Like hell yeah, they just gonna back up everything I say. So I'm gonna tell them everything rather than talking to the person that made me something.
Like I said, like we had our election podcast that we did last week.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But and so we talked about like Trump, whatever, is narcissistic. A person is narcissistic where you like, I need my ego stroked, whatever, because at this moment I might feel low, I might feel weak, whatever, and I need you to pump me up. To me, I need that's my drug or my cigarettes or my, you know what I'm saying, liquor or whatever.
How do you handle a person like that? Like
a narcissistic person.
Yes. Because I have a friend like that.
I mean, I'm low key narcissistic myself. So, look at me like that for? Don't look at me like that.
No. Okay.
But like, that personality is like they really need.
They needy.
They needy. They need their ego stroke. They need to make, and they're gonna turn everything into something that has to deal with them.
Oh my God!
So
you want to preach it to this nigga? Yo.
So like, but the thing about those type of people, because I know because I am one. The thing about those people is they need reminders that this particular thing, this isn't about you, or this doesn't.
So do you have to tell them that? Like,
yes, like you have to remind them, and it's not gonna go over well with them all the time. But
you have to tell them that because at the end of the day, it's always gonna be about them.
It's always.
So.
Because that's me. That's what I'm saying. That's me.
So I got told that. Like they basically said that I don't tell them that they're a nice, good person, but I feel like you should know that. Like you already do nice things, and good things in your community. So if I've already said it before, I'm not gonna keep saying this shit every fucking day, Tyrone.
They just need some affirmation, you know. So they want you to reaffirm the things that you've said before. Now, I'm not saying you should do it all the time because, like we said, it's a narcissistic person. They're trying to draw everything into them. I don't do
that type of shit. But are you doing this to get like some type of recognition to what you're doing?
No, it's not. And I'm saying this because I am this person. I'm not doing the things so that you will praise me for them.
Yes, you are.
But if I'm doing these things,
you doing this shit,
and I don't never get no acknowledgement for it. Hold on. Not just that I don't get acknowledgement for it, but if you start pointing out negative things that I'm doing, and
but you want me to be like, oh, but you cut the grass last week, so fuck these dishes that you keep leaving this motherfucker.
Let's use that as an example. Let's use the dishes as an example. You go in there and be like, see, you ain't do these dishes. You don't never do nothing around here. And I'm like,
I cut these grass.
I cut the fucking grass last week.
I'm a good man.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like you don't acknowledge the good shit I do. But you gonna take a negative thing and say that's all I do is the negative shit. I'm like, well, shit, I've been doing positive. You don't acknowledge none of that. So that's a mixture of them and you, because that's you not acknowledging that they are doing positive things for you too. But like I said, as a narcissistic person,
what if you don't never like knock them for what they don't do? You just don't say shit.
Well, then that's gonna hurt somebody like me, because I want you to acknowledge something. Like I need to have the communication to be like, oh, well, I'm doing this right, I'm doing this wrong.
I went out my fucking way.
Like
to get you these fucking tacos.
But I said thank you when you brought them, so that's not good enough.
Thank you is not fucking acknowledged.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't like that shit.
No.
I don't think I could. No.
And see, I'm total opposite. I don't need praise at all. I don't even know. Like,
and that's it. I don't need praise.
Oh, nigga, you need praise. No, you gotta write you a letter, have balloons and shit. We know what you need. Oh, my bad.
I don't need praise. I just, like, if you're not gonna praise me, then don't say shit about what I'm doing negative.
What if you don't ever say anything? You just chilling and you be like, nigga, I do a lot for you. I do a lot.
I would never be that bad. I would never be that bad. Like, my issue doesn't come up until the negative shit starts coming up. When negative shit starts coming up, then we have an issue. But again, going back to like coping mechanism, I think that that's something that people develop over time. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like that they're always getting, like that somebody is always coming down on them for something negative. So over time, they've gotten this mentality where I need somebody to just tell me both sides of what I'm doing to make me feel better. That's how I deal with it.
And I think, like, for myself, one of my coping mechanisms is, which is a detriment in certain relationships and stuff like that, is the fact of I always kind of go with the mantra or whatever. I never get too excited about anything. And
I need that.
And because I feel like once you get to, like, you get overly excited about something, then it's like, oh, you know what? I did good on this interview, on this job, whatever. I'm sure I'm gonna get it, and then you don't get it.
Yeah, I'm starting to get like that.
Yeah,
and I don't. You're right. I don't know if that's good because when shit comes to me now, I'll be like, oh, that's nice, and then people.
But
be like,
and then you can say like I'm appreciative of it or whatever it is. Now I'm happy, I'm thankful and stuff like that. But I never get overly excited because I also feel like I can get this.
And it can be taken away.
It can be taken away any second.
Yeah.
So I never. So I'm saying it's just through life experiences, so I never get too excited. But when you run into talking to somebody that's a little bit narcissistic or somebody that wants a lot of praise, or I don't want to say that negative connotation with it. I just want to say like somebody needs that love language is like need affirmation and stuff like that and stuff. And it's like you're not trying to be negative in any type of way with it, right? It's just like you're just not trying to get that big. You know what I'm saying? That excited about anything because you know the pitfalls of that for you and everything else. But that other person needs that. And when they don't get that, then it becomes a big ass issue.
I'm glad I don't need that.
I was gonna say that makes sense. So like what Alan's saying, Alan's personality is understandable, and Alan's personality and like my personality are two personalities that would clash. Because
so y'all couldn't date.
No, we couldn't date. It wouldn't work. But like, so like if you with a personality, and that's why it's important to know the person that you with. If you with a personality that never gets excited about anything, or like they're never gonna be like, oh, well, this is really good, but I'm the type of person that's like, hey, we're doing some great things. I want you to be happy about them. Like I'm happy about them. And like that shit wouldn't work. Like it wouldn't click. It wouldn't click between them.
Because even when it's kind of brought out there, like you could have that, you could be like, man, he needs to basically say that I'm this and that, or he needs to this and that, right? But then somebody who they're talking to would be like, well, do you want for anything? They'd be like, well, no. Does he take care of everything for you? Yeah. And stuff like that.
He doesn't do it like tap dance, like I'm gonna take you out to eat.
Yeah, but that's my thing though. That's not even. I don't even fault the person for that because at the end of the day, it's like even though everything is taken care of for you, right? Or you're basically take care of, you're comfortable in the situation. It's still exactly not what you want. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's why a lot of people be like, hey, at the end of the day, regardless if stuff is good and stuff like that, if it's not exactly what you want, you need to be vocal about that and be comfortable enough to be like, hey, I can accept that this is not working out because this is something that I do need.
Right. You have to have that communication because we talk about coping mechanisms, but it's kind of tied into the same thing because people have dealt with things their whole life. We are at a point where we 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? You've dealt with shit since you were born. So you've developed your personality. A lot of your personality is built on coping with things that you've gone through. So that if like Waj was saying, like if I've dealt with disappointment a lot, I'm just gonna not get excited about a lot of things because it's just better for me that way because I'm never gonna be disappointed really because I'm not gonna be that excited. Or if my big thing has always been everybody's always negative with me, I need to hear positive affirmations. That's a coping mechanism that I've built up over time because it's just shit that I've been through in life. So you have to take into account the shit people have been through in life and how they've coped with those things and how they built the personality that they've had and see if you can work with it. So you have to communicate, hey, this is how I deal with shit. Can you deal with it?
So people that need praise, what type of life do you think they had before? Like that they need to hear like, man, you're such a good person. Or thank you so much for this. This is great, everything.
So I'll tell you myself because that's kind of how I am.
Okay.
When I was younger, I was like, my family's full of like athletes. So like I did a lot of athletic stuff. And so like my big thing was my dad, who I looked up to the most because he was an athlete and he was like a bodybuilder, all that shit. So like when I got done with doing something, my dad would criticize. And his first thing was to criticize. He never said like, "Oh, you did a good job." No, he'd be like, "I mean, why didn't you do this? You did this wrong. How come you were slow on this block? How come you did this wrong?" Like he just point out everything that you did wrong. I appreciated it because it made me fix shit. But at the end of the day, like my mom would like if when my mom knew the sport, then she would kind of try to praise me for it. But if she didn't understand what's going on, she'd be like, "Oh, you did a good job, baby." I was like, "You don't know what's going on, so you don't know if I did a good job." My daddy told me I did shit. So like,
he pointed it out.
Yeah, he pointed out exactly what I did wrong. So you tell me you did a good job, baby, don't really mean shit to me. I need you to tell me when I'm doing some positive shit. And so like if I've gone through my whole life, at least my whole high school career, or up till high school, because I started playing sports when I was 5. So from the time I'm 5 years old, I'm getting criticized all the way till like I'm damn near 20. Then like when I get older in life, I'm like, damn, I just want somebody to tell me, hey, you did this right. You point this out to me.
You brought up a good point because I kind of was raised like the same way. I wasn't told like, you know, you did a good job actually with this. I was always like told you could have did this better.
Right.
You got a tech in the game. You got thrown out. Actually, what was your bad attitude? So, but it's crazy because I look for at my job for someone to say you did a good job instead of a significant other.
But no, but because
why.
at your job they should, because you know that you're doing a good job at your job. So my thing is with a significant other, because I'm the type of person, because me and Wash have talked about this before, like we are boyfriend type people. You know what I'm saying? Like even with people I don't really am not in a relationship with, I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna always do for you. So I know that I'm doing a good job in what I'm doing. I know that I'm going out of my way to make sure you're happy. So since this is a place where I know I'm doing a good job, I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job at work. But right here in this relationship, I know I'm doing a good job.
You know you're doing a good job in a relationship?
Most of the time.
And
so
that sounds very arrogant.
I mean, but it's the truth.
It can sound very arrogant, but at the same time, it's kind of factual because you know the limits of niggas doing out here.
But that don't matter.
Like I ain't doing shit wrong to you. I'm making sure you taken care of. I'm making sure that
not
I'm
enough.
Shit that you need.
Not enough, Leroy.
Because I would agree with you with this point. Like you're saying, like, oh, I know I'm doing a good job because I know what other men are doing, whatever, or is perceived, whatever, and it's a little bit of arrogance that I feel.
So I have men that tell me like, man, I'm doing this for you and that, and you ain't like you treating me like shit because I won't tell them they're a good man.
Yeah, because like I said, like you said, when you're at work, you kind of expect for people to tell you you're doing a good job because you know you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm a man that's doing for somebody, for a woman, and I know that I'm going above and beyond anybody else would ever do, like I'm doing everything that I can, I expect for somebody to say, damn, I appreciate what you're doing.
But this is kind of going to your point though, and this is what's fucked up. A nigga will be like, man, what the fuck, you not praise me, whatever, like I'm going to work, right? I'm usually use work for the example. I'm going to work and I'm busting my ass. I'm doing my job every day, but I know I'm doing a good job. And you still will be like, well, damn, give me some kind of praise, right? And you tell me like, well, nigga, I would give you praise, but you late every day too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. You come at like 10:30. Yeah, when you here, you bust ass, but you barely here. And stuff. And you be like, and that's a reflection of a person not really taking ownership of their situation.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, I know I am a good dude. I know I'm a good man. I'm doing this and that and third for you. But damn, I'm not admitting that I'm fucking up. Or I fucked up.
You admit it, but you don't want to talk about it.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're not facing the situation.
I'm gonna combat that too, though.
Let's go. Cross talk.
So my problem with that is, okay, so I fuck up. So like, not nothing drastic. I won't cheat or nothing like that. But like, I fuck up where I don't pay attention to certain shit. I miss certain things. Blah blah blah. But like, I feel like if I'm doing like 10 things positive and like one thing negative. Hold on. If I do one thing negative, like let's say
I met you before.
No, listen.
In my past.
So like let's say it's like the work thing. Like let's say you show up to work and your job is to like, you know, file paperwork. You gotta talk to customers. You gotta do all this shit once you get there, but you're late. So like I'm late, but I did this.
Yeah.
But I'm late, and so the late is why you won't give me praise for anything else that I do.
Okay, I understand that shit though.
And so like my thing, it's the same thing in like relationships.
But I think
with women.
that's right. to do. Like, bitch, you late. Get here on time.
So don't get no praise because they late.
I got people
because
on time.
Because and then to back what you saying right there, right?
You ain't hitting out check arrows.
Check arrows. And it's like, and I do agree with your point, whatever. I don't feel like you should be crucified on every fucking thing. Because some people feel like I can like you said, I can do 10 things right, and then I can fuck up on one thing, right? And you crucify me for that one thing.
But what if that one thing is big?
No, and I understand that we have to move
past.
That
fucks my mental up.
We have to move past that, right?
Yeah.
But to play devil's advocate with that is the fact of like you be like, man, I do everything right, whatever, but I'm just late with it, right? Well, the person needs to tell you like, well, I don't give you praise for that because this person does everything that you do, but all right, they might not do it to like you do it to 100%, they might do it to 95%, but they here all the fucking time. For that hour or so that you're not here, they're still doing their job for that hour.
Trash job, but they're doing it.
You know what I'm saying? But at least I'm getting some kind of efficient work out that hour that you're not here.
So Leroy, where were you between 8 and 10:30?
Okay.
Not doing your damn job.
So using that analogy, we're gonna bring it back to like relationships with people, like with women, with friends, everything. But with relationships with people, so that's kind of like the idea that like you taking care of bills, you buying flowers, you doing all this shit, you doing all the shit that you paying attention to them, you're aware and you're taking care of them in all ways possible. But there's this thing that they just don't like. And they're like, oh, well, I can find somebody that won't do this one thing that you do that I don't like. They may not do everything else for me. They do kind of some of it, like you said, like 90-95% of it. They don't do everything for me, but they don't do this one thing that I don't like. So it's the same thing as being late. So at the end of the day, it's about finding I always tell people this, it's about finding your non-negotiables. So like if you're non-negotiable, like for work, your non-negotiable would be being late. Like I understand you do everything right, but you're late, and I have somebody that's not, and they're on time and they do everything else pretty good, but my non-negotiable is being on time.
Yeah. And that's perfectly fine, and I agree with that. And that goes back to the point of having real communication and understanding what situation. If somebody be like, "This is my non-negotiable," like I appreciate everything that you're doing with it, right? But you're late all the time, right? That you don't come on time. And I got somebody over here that might not do as great as job as you, right? But they're always on time. I have to be able to respect it, but I understand that because from what you're telling me right now, you basically telling me I'm late because I need to be here at 8 o'clock, right? Basically, this 8 o'clock doesn't work for me. I can give you all my effort, whatever, but 8 o'clock doesn't work for me. So I need to find somewhere that I can start at 10 o'clock.
I can start when I need,
You know what I'm saying? That appreciate me from 10 to whatever time, and I can be attentive to them, right? And they like that.
And that's just to tie everything back in, it's like people have, like we talked about at the beginning, coping mechanisms. People, not just coping mechanisms, but they have ways that they deal with everyday stress. They have ways they deal with it, whether it be drinking, because drinking may be a red flag, non-negotiable for somebody. Like you can't be drunk all the time. If you drunk all the time, there's a problem. And so, like that may be something for you. Like I'm working on that, but I can't really work on that right now. Like I'm not to the point where I can stop drinking. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and if I can't drink with you, then that means this is probably not the best place for me. Yeah. So like, it's about finding out not only what your coping mechanisms are that are detrimental, but finding somebody that will work with you with those mechanisms, whatever your way you chosen to cope. Because you do, like I'm not promoting people performing these maladaptive behaviors, these things that are bad for you. I'm not promoting people drinking and smoking and doing all this shit that's not good coping mechanisms. But I am saying as you work on them, you need to be in an environment with people that are going to be supportive of that. And if that is somebody's non-negotiable, if that's something that somebody cannot deal with, they cannot deal with you smoking, they cannot deal with you drinking, they cannot deal with you being friendly, whatever the fuck the non-negotiable is, that may be a situation you need to step out of until you can work on your mechanisms and things that you developed over time. Because there ain't no way in hell you've been doing something that, as like I said, we 30 plus years old. Ain't no way in hell I've been doing something for over 20 years, and then when you tell me I don't need to do it, I'll be like, okay, and I'm gonna stop.
Sure.
Yeah, I've been doing this shit for 25 years. Now, like I can't tell you how I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah, it's a point of us understanding we need to have a conversation. And at the end of the day, if you don't like what I'm doing and I don't like how you coming at me about it, right? We have a conversation and we need to either figure out how we progress forward with it or we separate from it. Because at the end of the day, we get into ourselves to a point where I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. You nag me about something. Now you over here coping and be like, you know what? I care about him. I love him. Whatever. I'm gonna fuck this. I don't want to get mad, so I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna do this and that, right? He over here mad. He over here mad. Like, you know what? Fuck it. She get on my nerves. Whatever. I'm gonna go get a drink and stuff. So now y'all both trying to cope with each other just to stay in something that y'all both
probably need to
get out of.
Yeah. That's true. Ooh,
you might have
shopping
you might be with somebody that coping mechanism is go fuck niggas, man. Like, and then you just hurt because she out there having sex and shit. And you like, well, I mean, but she's like, that's what I do, but I'm not feeling comfortable in the situation, and so now you gotta deal with it. Either you gonna deal with it or you gonna get out of it. It's one of the two.
Run. Yeah.
I would run, yes, but I mean, some people can. Some people can work with people through that. It works for some people.
Like I said, at the end of the day, with this, whatever, it's basically, I don't want to say it like that, but you shouldn't have to bend to anybody's will. Like I said, you know which was good for you at that time, whatever. You know what you feel that you need to do at that time, whether it's right or wrong. And we need to be adults about it. Like, hey, this ain't work for me. You know, so whether it be a job, it be a relationship, it be whatever. I need to kind of just separate myself from this, whatever. And at this moment, I need to do what I need to do. Because the light will go off with you eventually.
Yeah.
You will be like, you know what? Nah, this is childish, or this is some dumb shit. I need to chill out with this, right? But you're only gonna do it at the time that you feel like it's appropriate for you to do it. Nobody else is gonna tell you what to do.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So like I say, so we need to stop trying to cope, to stay in situations, whatever. We find our coping mechanisms, whatever, to be like, you know what, this job get my nerves, or she fucking gets on my nerves, whatever. So let me do this to cope with the situation. Where I need to be like, but hey, maybe I just need to get out of it and let her do her at this time. You know what I'm saying? And be happy. Because like I say, you want everybody to have success. You want everybody to succeed at the end of the day. And you be like, I am not making you happy, or this job is not making me happy with it, right? So I need to remove myself from it, or
that's a selfish person. Selfless,
yeah, you have to be, like I said, with anything in life, you need to be at times selfish people.
Yes,
yeah, because people be like, no, I want you. This, you know what I'm saying? This is my time, and I want you to give me my attention because this is my time, whatever. When they be like, you know what, you don't have the time to give me that I need at this moment, whatever. So I'm gonna let you do you. You know what I'm saying? It's like no bad blood between us, whatever case may be. But I need something right now that you're not giving.
Right, and people grow. And even jobs grow. Like the job that you may have, you may grow to a position where you're a better fit to be in that position, and you're like, oh, okay, now I'm ready to be with this job or whatever. And so you may need to leave that job, go do something else, and then come back. Or it may be a relationship where we not on the same page. This ain't really working right now where we at. Like your mechanisms ain't matching with my mechanisms, and we just kind of off. So why don't I take a step back, and then maybe when we both have worked on our own shit, we can come back together. Like, and it's...
That is so funny you said that.
Why?
Because I've talked to someone from like my past from like maybe 15 years ago today.
Yeah. That, you know what?
They were talking about how we were back then and how they should have, it's way different how, like what he was dealing with now with other women. He was like, I thought we were bad. I seen worse.
Right, and so like one of the things I saw on Twitter today actually, and I responded to it, but there was somebody had tweeted that they met a dude because they were like, their mission for this year was to just talk to people as they meet them, like random strangers. And they said they talked to this dude in like the airport or somewhere like that, and he had just gotten divorced. And he had just like finished getting divorced or whatever, and what he told her was he's happy that he got divorced because now he can pursue the woman he wanted to marry in 2002. So that's 18 years ago that they were together. And like he never got to marry her because he ended up moving on and getting married and everything, and now he's getting divorced. And so I was telling, what I said on there was that like my mom, like in 2017, she got married to a high school sweetheart.
Wow.
She left, they broke up when they got to college because he went to a different college. He was playing football. She was a cheerleader in North Texas, so they didn't really get to see each other no more. So they kind of broke up and just kind of went their separate ways. And so that was in 1975. They didn't reconnect until 2015. Both of them had full families and grown kids and all that shit by now. And so in 2015, they met up again and they got married in 2017. So she was 60 years old when she finally met. And my mom, I've never seen my mom act like she act now. Like she happy as hell. And I ain't never seen my mom this happy in my life. And so like, you never know what separating and coming back together will do, no matter how much time is in between. That's 40 years. Is that 40 years? 75, yeah, so 40 years time span. I mean, I'm not saying that it should take that long, but I'm just saying that, like, sometimes you gotta separate and see that, like, maybe we're not in the same position right now.
Yeah, he knew what he missed when he left me. I know what I missed too.
But yeah, that's all I'm saying.
He had a real one in his life.
Make sure that you know what your coping mechanisms are. Make sure you know what your whoever you're dealing with coping mechanisms are. Make sure you know what matches. If what you're dealing with don't match with your job, don't match with your person, then make adjustments accordingly.
Yeah. Like some people like to get high.
Yep.
If you getting high just to deal with that person and y'all not getting high because y'all enjoy getting high,
right?
Going out to drink with them.
I ain't never got high to deal with somebody. Why you getting high to deal with somebody? That would blow my damn high. Are you serious?
Sometimes you get high to get
not through. To deal with nobody.
You're drunk to get through or whatever.
Yeah, somebody gets drunk. Like we don't have to have drinks. We don't have to have drinks, whatever. We like to go have drinks. I'm having a drink because I need to deal with you.
I need to drink.
Not no friend or relationship. Hell no. I won't talk to you if I got to do all that.
But see, but as you knowing that I can't.
You can't deal with that.
Yeah, I'm real quick.
Know what you can deal with. Don't put anything in your life that you can't.
I'm real quick to be like, I just can't deal with it.
There you go. That's the best way to do it. Anybody got anything else before we end this one?
No.
Okay, well, good. Like I said, just make sure you know what you can deal with, and don't deal with more. Don't never bite off more than you can chew.
Yep.
As they say.
Bite all you want.
No.
Shit. As always, we hope you laughed a little, learned a lot. We hope it helps you find a remedy whatever's troubling you. This is what's the remedy podcast.
All right, y'all.